Distractions are obviously your main enemy. I'm pretty sure you know this logic by now, but to have someone explain it to you is probably the best thing. And I've never had someone explain it to me. I had to learn it the hard way. And I found that over and over again, every time I've fallen into the trap of balance or fake balancing, which is basically just putting bad habits before your good habits and replacing them with free time that you have, you're going to end up getting distracted and you're going to end up falling. No one person actually wants to imagine themselves falling to every single distraction they hear and see. And, well, you already know this. You've already gone through this over and over again. I keep on playing video games, or I keep on smoking weed, or I keep on watching this video, or I keep on clicking on this website. It happens. But if you continue to stray away from your goals and ambitions, of course you will end up in a worse rut than before you did. The world is cruel, but there's always a solution. So I'm going to give you my 3 steps. Actually, my 2 steps. Because number 3 comes from you. And I'll explain that in a second at the end of the video. But to tell you, the first step is to just learn how to occupy your time. Now, learning how to occupy your time is a really important skill set to actually occupy and get. And it's a skill because a lot of people, what they end up doing is they will have a day and they'll wake up. And the second they wake up, right, everybody has that little voice in their head. They'll be thinking, and they haven't meditated, they haven't journaled, they haven't read their Bible or the Quran or whatever, and they're not focused on their day, right? And they also don't have a schedule. They don't have a timetable, nothing. So these people, which might just be you, so you need to hurry up and just listen to this, because this is probably one of the most important steps out of the 3. You need to occupy your time correctly. So you need to set your day before the day even starts. And what that means is you write down what you would do for every single hour of the day. Like every single hour. So from if you wake up at 6, you go to bed at 8 and wake up at 6, which is literally what you should be doing. As a teen or a young adult, you should be getting 10 hours or even 12 hours of sleep. But obviously you don't. So you're going to need to write down what you will do from 6 to 8. 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single hour of your day and try to complete it. And you also need to set a good habit tracker for each day and attempt to complete that as well. The habit tracker is like cold shower in the morning, meditate, journal, do the hardest thing of the day first thing in the morning. You immediately want to do that, and I'll make a video on that too. For me, it's read the Bible. Make sure to pray in the morning. Pray during all times of the day. And overall, that will help you to stay on track. But you have to remember that a full Mark's day is what we would call a fully disciplined day. It's what anybody will call it. That would be 100%. And we'd love to have that every day, but our point isn't to actually fully complete it. But it's just to fill your days with good habits rather than the bad ones. So you need to take into account that nobody is perfect, and neither are you. You aren't chosen. You aren't the perfect one. Or you aren't perfect or the chosen one. You aren't anything special. You have to work on yourself, and you know that not every day will have a full checklist on your good habits, on your habit tracker or your schedule. On every single hour of the day, you might take 20 more minutes and talk to somebody at the gym before getting out, for 15 more minutes, and you'll be like, oh, that's whatever. The whole point is not to do every single thing on the list. It's to do it, of course, but to also make sure your day is productive, fully productive, which basically means you just don't do any bad habits. And those are the distractions that are your main enemy, the main thing that keeps you back from doing good habits and actually getting you to success. That's what's most important about it. So to explain it in a simple way, think about it like this. You wake up, you get a good morning routine in, you go through your day, and you're at the gym, and you meet a new guy. He's new, you show him around, you end up talking to him after the workout for 15 or 20 minutes, and you're like, oh shoot, after this I was supposed to go read, or I was supposed to take a shower and then do my cardio after a weightlift workout or whatever. And you end up getting all sad because, oh man, I didn't get to do that habit. But the whole point was you had a productive workout session and you were socializing with other people, and you could have ended up bringing up your business. You could have been like, hey, I make businesses, and that guy could have been like, hey, I make businesses too, and you guys could have gone on and on and on about how you guys are starting something or working out or getting into the gym or just overall having a good thing to relate to. And so, although that talk took up one of your other good habits, it was productive. So do not get discouraged by any of those things because they actually really do not cause anything. The whole point is to be productive, to make sure that even though you might not occupy every single hour of your day fully with what you wrote down, it's just to keep your plan tracked for the day. So if you have extra time, remember this, and this is really, really important. I want you to remember this. Listen to this, write this down on next to your habit tracker or your schedule. But you need to understand, if you still have open time, or if you end up staying later, or whatever it is that you may be doing, you will end up doing a bad habit, especially at nighttime. Now, some people will be like, oh no, but balance is good anyways. Or they'll be like, no, I won't. I'll just have some free time and shut up. Honestly, I know it sounds harsh, but you have to listen to me for a second. If you really think that with the occupied time you have, before you made the schedule, you used to be watching anime, you used to be playing video games for hours on end, you used to be eating trash food, scrolling for hours, it's going to come back to you, which means you need to occupy every single hour of your day for the last time with something to do. And it has to be a good habit. It has to be productive. And you don't always have to do it. The day just has to be productive. And that is what we call an amazing and fully disciplined day. That is what matters. Not full marks, but a productive and fully disciplined day. And step number 2 talks about this too, but in a different, more action-taking step. And that is to cut out literally everything from your previous path. Like I said, if you have occupied time, you're going to have time to do the bad habits that you ended up not wanting to do, and you actually want to leave that behind. But you're going to need to cut it out first. It's, whether you're religious or not, it's this logic really makes sense. For example, someone who's fighting lust. Let's say they're trying to run away from lust and flee from lust. They ask God, hey, I want to flee from lust. And he's like, sure, I will help you, since you cannot fight lust, but you have to flee. If you don't know, you have to flee from lust instead of fight it, unlike other sins. But the point is, God tells you, do not stand there and just let me do it. You have to take action to stop taking your phone into the bathroom, or stop not occupying your time. You are literally setting yourself up for failure. I want to help you, but you have to take action too. So you have to grow yourself, in your heart, in your mind, in your soul. You have to make sure you understand to cut out everything from your previous path, or else clearly you just don't want to grow. You just don't want to see any progress, because you're literally taking away the chance for yourself to grow even more and more and more and more and more. And here are the old friends that you cut out, the old habits that you cut out, the old things you used to do. And this is you skyrocketing across miles and miles and miles. You have reached the pinnacle of success. And that is because you cut out everything from your previous journey, your previous path. Because there is no such thing as balance. There's no such thing as quote unquote balance. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people, and a lot of degenerate people will get mad at me for saying this. If you're working on your business and you think that during your day you can spend on average 7 hours on your phone, what do you think that tells you? And don't say, oh no, it's balanced. Like I can scroll on my phone, text my friends, be on a call till midnight sometimes, and then I'll work on my business for like 30 minutes. You clearly do not want to be successful. Because to tell you the absolute truth, that is a blatant lie. And people who tell you that are preying on your downfall. You need to understand, balance isn't a thing. Either they're preying on your downfall, or they just are not smart enough to understand that playing video games is going to distract you. That doing those bad habits and eating junk food is going to distract you. All these different things that you think are balance really just harms you even more. It makes you less focused. If you stop meditating, of course you're going to get less focused. Just because you're starting to get successful doesn't mean you just stop meditating. You were the same person you were 3 years ago. You're the same soul. And that means you have to stay on the same track. There are people who are richer than you, who have more money than you, who have more success, who are more famous than you, and they go to bed earlier than you. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. There are people who are richer than you, who have more success, and still go to bed 3 hours or 4 hours earlier than you. They have literally reached their goals from the past, from a decade or two ago, and they still follow the same plan. When you see different athletes out there who do all these bad habits, all because they're successful, they are successful not because of the bad habits, but in spite of the bad habits. And there are people who want to continue being ambitious and continue getting serious, that they actually end up doing more good habits than the person who's supposed to be on track to his business, to his success. You need to cut out everything, because there's no such thing as balance, and you will soon find out after you cut out the bad habits, they aren't really that fun to you, are they? They aren't actually that enjoyable. They aren't actually that fun. They don't give you joy. Instead, they just occupy your time because of how bored you are. And you'll realize that the disciplined life is actually so much more fun because it's real fun. For example, playing video games. Now, you can do this with your friends if you're going to socialize, maybe once every blue moon. You can go ahead and play some games with your friends and hang out, and then you just do it like the next year or whatever. Or, okay, maybe like 3 or 4 months later. But instead of playing on your own, you're like the one friend that's just sitting in his chair, playing all alone, playing the little game. He's like, oh, I gotta get to the next level though. And you're stuck there for weeks, and you backtrack, and you continue going. That is when it gets dangerous. So replace video games with reading. You can replace drugs with actual healthy food, or junk food with actual healthy food. Instead of scrolling, meditating. Instead of sitting down and watching TV, working out. You do all these good habits, but you still see the bad habits. And you're like, hold on. I have both of these in my life. I have to pick one. You're sitting on the fence waiting for someone to push you on either side. You're going to push yourself to the bad side because that's just how the flesh works. You need to understand something, and that is that the bad habits, the actual things that will drag you down to not successful things, the things that will drag you away from success, away from freedom, away from your financial freedom, are just the bad habits that you've kept in your life for this whole time. You need to discipline yourself in such a way that you will literally not even look back to that because you feel disgusted, you feel rejected by it, and you want to go to the good habits because they are actually real fun. They are real fun. And if you don't believe me, then that's on you. You can click off this video, you can stop watching, but I will tell you the truth, and I will tell you it now. Discipline comes with sacrifice. And once you sacrifice those things, it will be so much more fun. You will find it habitual to do such things like reading or going outside or going on a walk or working out or meditating or doing the hardest thing of the day first thing in the morning or doing a cold shower, whatever it may be, journaling. It doesn't matter what it is. Your habits determine who you are, and that is what sets the example. That is what sets your life. It is literally what sets your trajectory to success. Which also means you should only really balance your good habits, because bad habits just end up going downhill. My whole summary was about that. To summarize balancing good habits, you literally just use the hours of your day, track it, and just do those good habits. And even if you don't, you stay productive because you have your whole day filled with stuff that just occupies your time. When you don't occupy your time, bad things happen. When you occupy your time with good habits, good things happen. It's logical and it's correct. You just need the discipline. You have to do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. If you know, you know. And it also makes sense that the only people who succeed are the ones who don't believe in moderation. Yo, I'm working, and there's some... I told him not to call me, bro. I swear. I bet you he's gonna call me to play Fort. He's gonna call me to play Fortnite. Let's see. Yeah, bro, what's up?
Give a fuck if you like it, you gonna respect the stripping. Scoot.
What are you talking about? Or let me guess, you're trying to ask me to hop on Fortnite.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I was actually singing a song.
Good for you, bro. I'm low-key recording a video right now, though, and you just interrupted it.
Wait. Let me watch.
Nah, you're good, bro.
My camera, bro. I promise this time I'm not
I
gonna.
thought you said you wasn't gonna play Fortnite, but I'll catch you later, bro.
I thought you said you recorded a video.
Yeah, I am. You're in the video right now. I won't edit this. I won't edit this out. Yeah, I'll catch you later, bro. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, that guy's moved to a whole different state. I really want to help him out. He loves talking about business things. But you can see in real time, the distractions really disturb. And he's talking about, oh my gosh, the Ferrari F40 it's a Fortnite. And it's a cool car. I'd drive that. The second I get rich, I'd probably buy it. And then retire my parents, get a family, get kids, live a wonderful, amazing, beautiful, fulfilled life. But to play Fortnite for hours, and I have a test tomorrow, mind you. To play Fortnite for hours on end, I don't think I'm going to do all that. So my whole point is that you shouldn't believe in just moderation. You just have to believe that the bad habits are bad habits. That's it. That's the plain, simple distraction. The plain, simple idea. Thank you so much for watching this video. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe. Man, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like and also share it to like 5 people, maybe 4, maybe 3, maybe 2, maybe 1. Maybe just watch it on your own. Thank you so much for your time. And I wish you all the best. I love you. Jesus loves you more. Goodbye.